Hi, I'm Jerome, resident expert at LTASEX.info. Welcome to LTASEX Live, the show where we talk with sexy people about sexy things. Today we're here with the wonderful, delightful, the cocoa brown skinned, wonderful, dope haired, great porn star that is Betty Blac. We last had her on Let's Talk About Sex last year. Hi. We last had her on Netflix last year. She was on with some other people from the cast of Lesbian Curves 2 Hard Femme. You can check that out on YouTube. But today we have her here by herself, so we're gonna get really close and intimate with her. I think that's gonna be fun. My co-host today is Katira Epps, one of our other sexperts at LTA Sex.
Hola.
Say hi, Katira.
Hola, muchacho.
We, of course I say we, I was here. You, Betty, you just came back from the AVN Awards, right?
I did.
Now, how was the experience for you?
You know, it's been funny because when people have been asking me that lately, I've been wanting to say that it was all amazing and life-changing and super positive, and there were positive elements, but I think that it was kind of a little bit overwhelming, and I did have some challenges there as far as feeling a little bit out of place, but I guess the positive parts would be like, you know, I love my Bay Area peeps, and I definitely connected with them a little bit more there, especially Courtney Trouble and
Love her.
and April Flores is not a Bay Area peep, but you know she's the honorary Bay Area person in my heart.
Right.
But
Love her too.
I got to hang out with Jiz, and Jiz and I go back. We went to school together, but you know.
By Jiz, of course, you mean Jiz Lee.
Yes, Jiz
Who
Lee.
we had on episode 1.
Exactly. We go real way back, but we haven't, like, you know, gotten a chance to hang out and connect or whatever in recent years, so it was nice seeing them at AVN. Getting to, like, they're a veteran. They go to AVN, like, this is probably their 6th or 7th, so, and when I first started with porn, I met with Jiz and was like, tell me about porn. Tell me about this industry. I'm thinking of doing it, and they were kind of my, like...
Mentor?
Yeah, mentor. Like, they
Your
gave me...
fairy porn mother.
Yes, and so like they gave me some advice on the industry and made me feel very encouraged and supported and answered all my super invasive questions. And so it's nice that at my first, you know, AVN that they're there for me to be like, hey. Plus, they're so cute.
Was it like a proud parent moment? Like, oh, look at my baby, they made it.
They have been proud. I've noticed that they've been like retweeting my little things about AVN, and so I was just like, yay! I'm proud of them too. Yeah.
And now I haven't been retweeting because I don't. You know what? I just realized I don't think I follow you on Twitter. I feel sad.
For shame. No, you do.
I know. I do? Okay. Well, then I feel even more shameful for not retweeting. But I have been liking. I have been liking these photos on Facebook from AVN. That dress, gorgeous.
Retweet. Thank you.
That dress was like poured on you. Like, it just fits perfectly.
You know, I feel like what I had very specific goals. Like the dress was probably like this it was this epic thing for me in AVN. Yeah, but you know, the expo was important and all those other things, connecting with people, but the dress, it was very important for me to pick an outfit that was representative of my like personality, which, you know, I wanted something that captures like elegance and class, but is still sexy. And so I totally went for, you know, I love the retro pinup look, and so I totally went for that kind of style. And I wanted it to be, you know, I wanted to stand out because I think that there's a lot of people that go to AVN and they have this like generic version of sexy and this generic idea of what a porn star is supposed to look like. And I'm big and I'm brown, and I already stand out on that accord, but I wanted to bring it up to the next level. I wanted to be like, bam, here I am, Betty Blac, in your face. What? Here's some titties.
Yes, it was most certainly in your face.
I think you guys pay attention, I think you did well.
Thanks.
Your first showing was flawless.
Well, thank you.
Before we actually started recording, we were talking about your hair because you'd gotten these dope braids, and you said it were inspired by Angela Bassett in American Horror Story Coven, which I am obsessed with.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Are you caught up with the show?
I haven't seen, I think, the most recent episode. I saw the one basically after the one that was titled Head. Like, that was the last one I saw. So, like,
oh, okay.
The melding of the houses, basically.
I know. I was sort of upset that Angela Bassett's clan had to have that happen to them.
Me too.
But I mean, but at the same time, I figured because what's my girl, Florence. I'm forgetting her name. But she's the leader of the other coven.
Right.
Nothing could happen to them. They're the stars. Of course, nothing was going to happen to them.
Right.
So I guess in order for the combination to happen, I guess one of them had to fall.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think if they stayed as separate houses, it would just, I mean, at some level, it would just continue to be sort of like a race war, really. Because you start with, like, that whole, like, slavery story, and then you have two houses that are segregated and whatever. Like, it would, there's no smooth way to keep it, like, that way. Like, you had to bring them together somehow. But that was the weakest episode, I think. Like, it's not that I wanted there to be a race war, but I feel like they could have brought them together in a different way where Angela Bassett still had her power in a way. Like, I feel like the way that she came to their house was in a weakened state.
I feel like if Angela Bassett would have come in with maybe some of her clan, maybe she was able to stop it instead of just sort of like surviving it thanks to Gabourey Sidibe. I feel like that would have made for actually more of a compelling story because you would have had some time to look at the interplay between the two groups and see how that would have happened. But I think we're close to the end of the season. I think they only have like 13 episodes in American Horror Story seasons. I think we should be close to that. They might be trying to wrap things up, and I don't think they have time for all that exposition.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I definitely feel like...
Okay.
Well, it's fine. It's fine. We'll get back to titties in a minute. It's fine.
I was not thinking about my wife's breasts. What are you talking about?
Why weren't you? That's what they're there for. I mean, what? Well, we don't want to just think. We want to act on that too. I mean, wasted opportunities and such. Have you heard about the next season? I heard that it's supposed to be like a circus or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about... I mean, I guess if it was like a carnival-y type circus, that's freaking creepy in and of itself. Just a regular carnival is creepy. And then if you have that American Horror touch, like... I mean, I have some friends who are sex clowns. Like my, porno wife, Kitty Stryker, is a sex clown, and I've never told her that clowns creep me out. So, like,
how is that gonna work? How?
How's that gonna work? Yeah, I mean, she's passionate about it, and I'm supportive of her passion. But like, one day I'll just be like, honey. But I guess
you just take the nose off while we're doing it.
Yes, exactly. Just,
Don't squirt me with this flower. Squirt me with your flower. Yes.
But I think she would probably do it in a cute way that would not seem as frightening as like the traditional, like, clowny clowns. It was, it is my root. It is the reason why I was just like, I can't with the clowns.
It's funny. As a kid, my mother would tell you I had a problem with anything that had a mask on.
Uh,
And once I met Ronald McDonald, and I apparently got so scared that I climbed up and like sat on her head. It's like I was like wheezing in fear, and it's funny because now I'm just like, I just don't like you anymore. I will say that I still do not like things in masks. They freak me out so much.
I can understand that. There's some freaky masks out there.
Yeah, they have these new masks going around that have like these weirdly animalistic but
Oh
human
yeah.
head size animals.
Mm.
Oh
And
yeah.
I walked into the bathroom at my college. I go to Washtenaw Community College here in Ypsilanti, or it might
Hmm.
be in Ann Arbor. I don't know. Anyway, um, and I walked in the bathroom, and this dude turns and looks at me, and he has on this chicken head, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to another bathroom.
Are you
I
gonna
don't want to get
kill
murdered.
her?
Yes, I don't want to get killed. I don't want to get killed. I don't even have credits in the like. I don't even have credit on the side. I'm not even starring in this. I'm just a day player.
I mean, I don't know if that's a specific fear. Like, if I walked into a bathroom and someone was wearing a chicken head, I would assume that they were going to try and wear my skin later. Like, I'm not going
Maybe.
to just be cool with that. So,
Like if I'm in the stall and they throw me like a bottle of lotion and start like hissing, I'm gonna be really scared.
Just buzz out of there,
Scared.
like.
Exactly. I need to Alex Mack out that piece, just like.
Wide.
yeah, that's why I carry mace and a stun gun.
But you know what though? I think we could also apply that to those people in those green suits from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like it's also incredibly creepy. Like it's kind of hot because of skin tight suit and it's usually like a cute boy under there. But still.
I can't say that I've seen a lot of people in those suits. I really have only seen it in It's Always Sunny.
It on
No,
college
I've seen a lot.
campuses
I've
it's
seen
common.
it.
Oh, it's been a long time since I went to college.
I wish it was a long time since I went to college. I started in 2008 and I was supposed to have graduated at the end of 2012. Unfortunately, I found out afterwards I had to take 10 extra credits. So now I've been going to the community college, finishing up those. My last class is ceramics, and that's really important to my psychology degree.
I can see that.
It is.
We had like the first thing is these things called pinch pots. It's just clay, and you pinch it and move it with your manipulate it with your hands to make whatever. And I
But
was
like, if
supposed
you
to.
keep like making penises, then we know like
Well,
there's something wrong.
honestly, my goal was to make like prototype sex toys because I really want to launch a line of sex toys, and I feel like ceramic will be a good
Me
way
too.
to start.
You should look at fucking sculptures.
Yes, I like them. I tried to get them to give me something to review, but they said we don't send things out for review. So yeah.
'Cause
But if you're out there,
they're-
I'm not bitter at all. Your stuff is gorgeous. We would still love to review it. Holler at me, Jerome at LTASEX.info. But but I
you
do.
know what? I understand. I review toys. Oh, I need to write a review this week, actually. So,
You should review
Get
something
your-
for LTASEX.
okay. Yeah, I'm supposed to be doing a review of the Lilo Ida, which is a couple's toy,
Ooh.
next. And then I'm supposed to review, okay, I have this other toy I'm supposed to review. And when I picked out the toy, I saw it online, and I did what my customers at my day job do all the time, which pisses me off, but I did it, which was not pay attention to the measurements. So I was like, oh, I want to try an inflatable butt plug. And so I got this butt plug, and uninflated, this thing is too fucking big to fit in any orifice in my, I can't even fit it in my damn mouth. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this toy and how I'm going to review it. It's like, and then it inflates and it's like a globe. I just need to find a bottom who has a lot of room.
Hey, you know what? I feel like if you just put a call out on Facebook, there will be plenty of people who'd be willing to help you out
I
in
don't
your
want to
search.
call anybody on Facebook. I don't want to call anybody on Facebook for anything. Do you know how many creepy people are on my Facebook? Like, yeah, girl, here's my phone number. I
I
know that you're
love you.
desperate.
Oh yeah.
I love you.
Wow.
In some
Will
sort
you
of
marry me?
broken.
Oh wait, that was me though.
I was okay. I can't. I think you posted this study, or it was like a article about some guy who posed as a woman on OkCupid and got like all
Yes.
these creepy messages and things.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, why did you have to go and experiment that for yourself to believe what is obviously true?
I actually am glad that he did that because there are a lot of guys that underestimate it. And then, I mean, I think because, like, it's so different for guys going on these dating sites. Like, they don't have women throwing themselves at them and, like, constantly messaging them, and they don't have it at the degree. And then, so in their mind, they're like, yeah, I would love to be wanted by all these people or whatever. And they don't realize it's like, no. These people are a violation of a good day. Like, you know, like these people, anytime you go on a dating site and you, like, and I thought at first, you know, that it was my appearance or whatever. Like, you know, I tamed down all my pictures and made them look super schoolgirl. Not schoolgirl, that would be wrong. But, like, you know, like more
College woman.
more conservative, and I like because I wanted at first to be full disclosure, like this is what I do. I'm a porn star. I'm do cam and whatever. And then I thought, okay, maybe I'm getting all this funky attention because of that. So I took all that stuff off and made it very neutral and vanilla, and it still doesn't matter. Lord forbid, OkCupid allow you to send pictures. I'm sure I would get like an inbox full of penises.
Maybe I should pose as a woman on a place where people will send you dick pictures. I kind of love dick pictures. They're great.
I like solicited dick pictures. There's this guy that I've been flirting with recently where I'm like, yeah, send me your dick. And I made him send me booty pictures today, but that's different. Like, I want to see that. But there's some people that send their penises and they're busted. Like, they're like just like, you know, they've got spots, or they like bend in a funky way, or they have horrible underwear, or they're ashy. The ashy ones are the worst.
Like, that's problematic. That's fixable.
Yes, put some lotion on.
It is called Eucerin. It is called Vaseline cocoa butter. We have remedies for this problem.
I guess
that's the kind of man you don't want to be with, because obviously he doesn't care about his appearance. Like, if you're gonna send a picture, you need to like get the proper lighting. Don't just like just get out all quickly. That means you don't care about my opinion enough to get it pretty.
Exactly. That's
good.
ridiculous.
Selfies take time.
You know what? I have to say, we had this customer at my day job who sent us an email with dick pics. The business has been in existence since the 70s, and this just hasn't happened. And he was just obviously trying to get off or whatever. But I had to applaud him because there were 4 different pictures, different lighting. He had all kinds of angles. Like, he made his penis look beautiful. Like, and I was like, if you're going to do it, make it look good. Like, don't just be like, here's my dick, and then, like, it's just your pants are around your ankle, your dirty underwear is showing. Like, none of that is okay.
It's not cool. Just try. That's all we're asking. Just try.
And I think on that, like, I had posted something about this and mentioned that in the past there was the best dick pic I received was this guy who put it next to a bouquet of flowers. And I'm like, yes. Now it's like a present. It's like, here's my beauty.
That is so sweet.
It was totally sweet. I'd rather a dick than flowers.
Well, yeah. Dick is way better.
You want a dick and flowers?
Well, I mean, if that's an option, obviously I want dick.
I'm a demanding woman. I want it all.
Oh, man.
How do we get from witches to dick?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
It's funny,
but I like where we're going.
Because when I was speaking of witches and dick, the first porn script that I wrote, which nothing happened with it, but the first one that I, conceptualized for this like extended story was about a witch who casts a love spell through her cooking and feeds her food to these two guys who become enthralled with her, and then they have a threesome that involves her pegging them. And so,
I'm into this. I want to be in it. Please do this.
So, yeah.
That sounds like a great time to me.
I mean, you could do this in your new porn company your new porn project you're coming up with, which is popcorn.
I mean, I can do it with Pulpcore. I think the initial premise for what I'm going to do is shorter videos. So the idea is at least when I masturbate, I kind of think in images. I think in clips. I think in, I don't think of a full linear storyline. And anytime I've watched a porn, a lot of times the trailer comes on, and I'm more turned on and excited by the trailer than when it gets to the porn. And then the porn kind of slows down, and I'm like, oh. And so I thought, it might be a good idea to make these, shortened videos that kind of speed up the pace, that it's kind of like a music video or a trailer. I mean, it would be longer than a trailer or a music video, but that same sort of idea. But, capturing sort of the art and the creativity that's in a lot of music videos, the image layering, the interesting angles, and trying to experiment with format a little bit so that it's not just like, hey, we just met, and this is the pizza guy, or whatever the fuck, and we're going to fuck awkwardly, and any of that stuff. I want it to be something a little bit different and high energy, too. I want the performers to actually want to fuck each other, so that's really part of what has been. Yeah, exactly, and that's part of what's been taking a little bit long with getting it together. Is I've been matching, obviously, I'm gonna be in some of the stuff, but I don't want to just get applications for my company and be like, I'm gonna fuck you and you and you and you. I want to have other people be in stuff. It's not just my portfolio of shags. So it's it's taking some doing. Maybe down the line, after I kind of get this idea out of my system of doing these condensed porno shorts, then I'll probably do more advanced storylines like the witch story, because this one, the witch story, I mean, it's going to be, I want that to be really cinematic. I mean, my visual for it is that it's something that's set in the South, in one of those retro settings, where it's some beautiful, voluptuous woman in a sundress, and it's sweltering out, and there's blues music, and it's this whole thing for me, So it can't be something that I start with.
It sounds like a scene from True Blood.
It is.
Wow, funny you should say that. I watched that.
So I honestly, with that short clip thing, I honestly think you're onto something there, because I collect, or I'll download a bunch of short clips from Tumblr, and they're generally just the hottest parts of any porno that happened, right?
Right.
And I'll put those together, and I'll just put them on shuffle, and I'll watch them, either to masturbate or just to watch a whole bunch of people come a lot.
Right.
And I think that's a way better way of doing it. Also, it requires way less editing and way less time, and you can produce way more of them if you just shoot a lot of footage.
I don't know about that. I think that it'll actually take a lot of editing, because it's when you shoot a porn, you don't start off with the juiciest bits. So I think that I would probably combine scenes with a couple of different people and take the juiciest bits from them and kind of layer them with each other and edit them together. And so I think that it's going to be a little bit tricky as far as editing. And it might take some more doing, because there's going to be multiple people in like one of those, you know, probably 20-minute things. So just like with the trailer, when they show all the juiciest bits, like it's a lot of things happening. But I don't know. I haven't done it yet, so I don't know how easy versus how hard it's gonna be. It's gonna it's gonna be a trial and error sort of thing. Definitely.
Well, I see.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. And here's the thing: is she's thinking a couple steps ahead of where I was. Because see, one of the things I'm doing right now, Tyra and Billy, who's on another sex expert on our site, we just shot a intimacy video that's going to come on next week. I haven't really decided on the title. It's going to be like Intimate Queer or something like that. And it's just a video of them being together and cute and adorable. And it's going to go on YouTube. It's going to be safe for work. But it'll be really sexy. And
nice.
And that is sort of like one of my forays into getting into erotic video, because I've never shot it before. But I do want to do that. And when I did it, when I do it, I did want to do it in a different way, where there are shorter clips, but they're maybe more customized. Like you have a bunch of different options of like one scene. Maybe you only want fucking, or maybe you only want this, or you only want that. And you could put together something, and it could be cheaper, it'd be better, and it provides I think it would provide like a better experience overall.
Yeah, definitely. I think that would be great.
I honestly wish, like, I don't want to pat myself on the back for being like forward thinking or anything. Like I'm very arrogant. Like, let me be honest here. But
you be as arrogant as you want, honey.
Well, then I will be. Damn it. but I don't want to say like I'm a visionary or anything. But I wish that more porn companies were forward thinking in the way of how they do of their business model, rather than, you know, trying to rush towards like bareback porn or just like really extreme porn, or resorting to like these really gross stereotypes about race and age and all this other crap.
Yeah. Reinventing the wheel.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, I think the thing is like the I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I definitely have like my influences, but I also haven't seen what is in my head for this company out there. You know, like I've seen elements of it. I feel like I like the energy and the spirit of Courtney's stuff. I like the diversity, and I like the progressive model. And I think that Shine's stuff looks really visually stunning. But I also feel like, as a Bay Area person and a Bay Area pornographer, that there's a lot of queer stuff that comes out of the Bay Area. Both like the queer stuff between Shine and Courtney, and also the gay male scene. And the only other straight porn company in the Bay is Kink. And I don't want to be like labeled as straight porn. That's not what I'm saying, because I definitely want to still do queer content, and I want to do content that's sort of like, I guess, you know, not necessarily pigeonholable, but I would like to offer a lot of straight content and a lot of but different types of straight sex, not necessarily straight sex that focuses on the male getting off, or that focuses on just like objectifying the female body, where it's like there's an opportunity for all different types of bodies to be like the center of the eroticism, really, you know. And like I think that even just having something like pegging on a porn is going to be different for a mainstream porn audience. But I guess I kind of want to blend some of the stuff that I pick up and learn from being a mainstream porn star with some of the stuff that I've picked up and learned from being a indie porn star.
Well, I mean, honestly, that sounds brilliant.
I just want it to look really pretty. I want it to look pretty is the other thing.
It's important.
That is
One thing I
honestly
loved about
very
your scene
important.
with Kitty Stryker and Crash Pad.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
actually what is his name? Michael Lucas. He's a gay porn star
Uh-huh.
who turned into like a director. He does the Lucas films or whatever. Lucas Films, not Lucas Films, the Star Wars company. I don't remember what Michael Lucas's porn company is, but it's something like that. And he had this
Gay Star Wars
video.
porn, yes.
Oh my God, please, can we do that?
Yes.
Can
Let's
Luke
do-
bang Han, and then can like Greedo be off in the corner somewhere like jerking off? I think that'd be really hot. But no, he had this scene between this guy named Hot Rod. He's this gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous porn star, and this other guy whose name I don't know. And it was one incredibly hot. It also had like a little bit of like scene setting, but maybe only like a minute of it. But it was enough to get a point across. It was, and then on top of that, it was very, very well shot. It was absolutely gorgeous. So like the entire time, this guy is getting like just absolutely fucked all to hell. It's shot with like this soft focus, but it's still sexy, and I really enjoyed that he was able to like combine that sort of intimate image with like real sort of passionate, oh my God, sex.
Yes, yes. That's what I want. Like my business partner for Pulpcore, Milka Khalili. So we were talking about like our, brainstorming our ideas for this and what we wanted to look like visually and like just throwing things out there. And at one point she had said, oh yeah, I want to do literary porn. And then it's like I was looking at notes later and I never unpacked that with her. Like, what the fuck is literary porn? And so like I just was like, okay, in my mind I just think, okay, how can I make like literature and text more visual? And so I just took it to this point of like, okay, well, we'll have them writing on each other's bodies. And then I thought about paint and body paint, and then I thought about who I wanted to cast for the scene. And I know that the two people that I was going to cast for the scene are stoners. And so I've been designing this edible body paint that is gold and has weed in it. And so I figured that it would, we'll see how this works out. It could work out amazing, or it could work out pretty bad, but we'll see. But the paint so far, because I've been working on it with somebody, is delicious and it is fun. But I figured that it would be this amazing, beautiful scene where they're painting on each other words and text and whatever in this gold paint, and then being very sensual and licking it off. And I think that like just color-wise and balance-wise, and she's got this kind of beautiful light caramel skin because I wanted to have her in it, and her partner is kind of a very pale white, the person that I was going to cast with her, and I thought that that would just kind of just color and shining things, and I was just excited. So I definitely am going to wait a while before I start putting things out there because I am a perfectionist and I want things to look interesting and unique and beautiful as well as sexy, And the sexiness is big because I don't ever want to see another porn where like people are like uncomfortable, or they have like really dry vaginas, or like sort of moderately interested penises or whatever. No dry vaginas here.
No dry vaginas ever.
It's avoidable. I mean, not everybody naturally lubricates a lot, but, there are lubes. There are lubes. It makes everything better.
So much better. Yes. Okay, now, before we move on to a different topic, I know that, Tyra, you had some questions about Pulpcore, which we have probably not explained yet is Betty Blac's upcoming new porn company. So I want to go ahead and give you a chance to go ahead and gush with your fave.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel like she asked it a lot. Like that's her vision, to make something visually stunning for everyone and very diverse, and to bring out the best of the Bay Area.
Yes. Yes.
So I think that question got. If you could sum up popcorn in like one phrase, what would you to like get your idea across? What would it be?
Oh shit, girl.
So now we're putting you on the spot.
One word.
Well, one phrase. I'm not gonna do that.
Well, I was gonna make the catchphrase "get fucked," but
Oh, I like that. Yes, yes, please. I would like to. I'm planning on it after we record this. Oh my goodness.
Good for you. Shit. I can't answer that. I've been working. I like this past couple of weeks. I've been like formulating my business plan and trying to condense the language, and it's like, you know, all I keep coming back to is like feminism, hot fucking, crazy nerdy artists, and brown people and fat people. Like, I just want it to be diverse. When I was talking about AVN, like, part of my wounding a little bit with the porn industry is that when I came into porn, I naively didn't really think about discrimination. I really didn't think, like, you know, I arrogantly was like, but I'm pretty, you know, and I didn't think that there was going to be issues with things. And then when I started, you know, not being offered jobs or, you know, being passed over for some of my white peers, or noticing that they were getting a lot more work or they were being offered more money, then I was just like, well, this is fucked up. And then it's like, it's this double thing of like, if I talk about it, people get uncomfortable, you know, unless I'm talking about it to Courtney Trouble or, you know, Kitty Stryker, or people who are down and understand. It's like everybody else is like, you know, you're just not working hard enough, or you just need to lose some weight, or, you know, there's no racism. What are you talking about? And you're just negative, and you're just complaining.
Okay.
And
well, there's just no market. There's no market for you, like.
What was that?
Oh, yeah. There's no market. Like people just don't want. People don't buy.
That's the other thing. There's no market. Or I had a director tell me, it's like, it's not that I, you know, don't want to cast you because you're black. It's just that you're two subgenres. You know, you're, you know, BBW and black, and I can't. And that's harder to market. You know, if you were just one, if you were just a BBW, if you were just black.
BBW black woman is hard to market. Really?
Yes. That's what.
In what universe does this man live in?
He lives in a universe where people don't want to try hard, you know, and I think that he probably had a situation, like, he was like, well, I tried to have a black site, and it just didn't do well, but, you know,
he honestly doesn't even have to try hard. Like, you just put it in front of people who actually want it, not your normal customers. You have to step outside yourself.
Yeah, well, you know what, it's about infrastructure, because I've had definitely directors say to me that I'm not marketable, but I'm just like, you haven't bothered to market me. You know, like, there was a girl I know of who did one shoot with a company that I did 3 shoots for. Her one shoot, she's in AVN ads, she's in all the industry magazines and ads, she's on the cover of the DVD, and, you know, when her scene premiered on the page, it was on the page for multiple days. When my scene premiered, it was on for that day. I'm not on any ads. I have one cover in my whole, you know, career, which is as long as hers, where she has 6 covers. So I'm just kind of like, when we're talking about how I'm not marketable, let's talk about how you haven't marketed me. You know, like, and so I just I don't believe that. I think it's bullshit. I think that people are lazy. I think that they're willing to make an easy buck. But, like, I don't fault that there's, you know, beautiful white women out there that are making money. I don't have a problem with that. But I'm like, you know what? I can make money too. I can, you know, I can suck dick just as well as they can. And there's people who want to see it, you know.
I want to see it.
I want to see it too.
You know, I feel like.
My money.
I want to put that out there. I want to have people, and I'm not just making a porn company so I have jobs. Like, I definitely will be in it, and other people like me will be in it, but I want it to be more diverse. There's a lot of people that I don't see in porn. I don't really see a lot of East Indian women. I don't really see a lot of interracial porn that's, between Asian folks and Latino folks, or, like, I don't really see that mixing up very often. And, like, I saw this website that pissed me off so much where it was white men and black women, and it was called reverse interracial. I was like, reverse interracial? What the fuck does that mean?
Lord.
That means...
Oh, right, I forgot. Interracial only means, black man and white
black
woman.
man and a white chick. And I was just like, I thought interracial meant 2 different races or 3 different races.
No. You are absolutely insane. Because what you have to understand is that the only 2 races that exist are blacks and whites, and that everyone else just sort of can, like, I don't know, do something else. Because, the only dynamic we understand is the 2-dimensional one. If it's not black and white, we don't like it. We don't like gray. Gray sucks.
Which is why I love that my business partner is this, like, she's different than me, but she's like, a little Filipina girl. And so I'm just kind of like, great. Like, we're visually very different. We're representing 2 different backgrounds. We're bringing to the table the experience of, like, 2 women of color working in the industry, and come from different perspectives that can, like, feed to this project.
And I think that's really, really good. I know that with everything I do with LTASX, I make a conscious effort to try and make sure to include as many different type of opinions and viewpoints and perspectives and whatever that I can possibly get. Like, one thing I've had to make sure that I started doing recently was that not just promoting diversity through color, but also through experience, because I'm remembering, not realizing, remembering that, again, everyone is unique, and not everybody grew up in the same place. I grew up in Hamtramck, Michigan, which was super Polish at the time, and then I moved to Royal Oak Township, Michigan, which was very black, and then I moved to Ypsilanti, which is very multiracial because it's a college town. And I know that my experience is unique in a lot of ways, and I know that there are a lot of people who never leave where they started.
Right.
And I have to make sure that those people are accounted for too.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm doing when I'm talking about blending mainstream and indie. It's like taking, those are really diverse perspectives, but it's not that I want to make indie porn palatable for mainstream. That's not what I mean. It's more that I want to expose mainstream to more different perspectives and different ways of looking at things. And I'm just so tired of subcategories. I'm so tired of everything in porn being segregated. I don't have sex like that. I don't know many people who do. Like, I don't know many people who go out to the, well, I mean, I guess there are people who go out to the bar and they're like, I want specifically a petite Asian woman with, this, that, and the other thing, and to have this kind of sex, and she has to have a hairy bush, and she has to do that. Like, I mean, yes, there are people that are specifically like that, but I know, like, I'm all over the map. I like, well, okay, for women, I'm pretty much just in chubby camp. Like, I really like big women. But other than that, I am pretty open. I like chubby guys, I like skinny guys, I like people of different colors. Like, I love trans folks. Like, my longest relationship was with a chubby trans Asian man, and so, like, I just don't want to feel like I have to go into these different boxes for my desires.
And you shouldn't have to, because it boggles my mind. Well, it doesn't boggle my mind. I know why it happens. But it frustrates me, is a better word. When I see people sort of, like, dating or looking around or fucking around and only going for, like, this very limited category of a person, Because oftentimes these are the same people who are the most dissatisfied with sex, or like the ones who think they've seen it all and have nothing left to experience in life, but they've only ever dated, you know, somebody of their same race, their same general age, and their same body type. And I'm like, really?
People do what's safe, and I mean, or what they think is safe, and that's been my struggle with dating. That's been my struggle with porn too, because I think I was ranting about this the other day. Is that like there are so many like muckety muck people in the porn industry who are like, oh my god, I'm so hot for you, and da 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 da, and like I just think that you're beautiful and like whatever. And they're the same motherfuckers who wouldn't cast me in their films because, oh, yeah, we have a certain type that we cast in our stuff. And I was just like, you know what? Like, then your attraction to me doesn't mean anything, because it's like if you are saying how beautiful I am and whatever, but you're supporting a company that only has this narrow vision of beauty and you're just like, that's just how it is, then I don't deal with people who just shrug off things that are unjust as that's just how it is.
Exactly. There's
apathy is not hot.
Yeah,
it's not hot at all. Like, honestly, when you said that, like, my eyes rolled out of my head so hard I had to walk down the street to catch them. Like, I was just like, oh my Lord! Like, you are not my friend if you're just gonna sit by and know that bullshit is happening. Like you are intelligent enough to be conscious of a major problem that's happening, but because it's not directly affecting you, you're just gonna say, fuck it. Well, you know what? Fuck you.
Yeah, like, I mean, plus it's like, you know, I mean, and it happens when dating, it happens a lot with fat women in particular with dating, where there's these people who want to date them in secret, you know, and it's like, I don't want to be your secret pleasure. No, I'm proud of myself.
I'm worth being put out in public.
Exactly. It's not like my porn company and desire to produce are all formulated out of frustration, but I would be lying if I didn't say that part of it is just like, fuck this, like, you know, bullshit that's happening. I want to do something different.
Exactly. And I know that it might not seem like it, but we have been on for over an hour. I want to say like an hour and 6 minutes or something like that.
I know. So I noticed.
She's trying to get rid of us.
I know.
I'm trying to get rid of anybody.
Whatever. But no. So I think that's a good place to leave it, actually. So before we go, Miss Betty Blac, please tell everyone where they can buy all your stuff, check out what you've got going on, where they can follow you. Make sure they follow you on Twitter or else they'll be shamed. Tell them everything.
Shame. Basically right now I don't have anything for sale. If you want to know what I'm doing, I talk shit on Facebook all the time. That's where, like, I mean, my Betty Blac Facebook is my Facebook. I don't even use the one on my real name. So, you know, if you want to get in touch with me, you want to know what I'm doing, you want to see updates, check me out on Facebook at Betty Blac. Check me out on Instagram at Betty Blac. That's just to make it real easy for you. Check me out on Tumblr at bettyblac.tumblr.com. Or, you know, the only one that varies is my Twitter, which is Betty Blac1. So it's just very easy. I don't have a K on the Black. That's what messes up people, but usually it's if you know how to spell my name, it's easy to find me.
So that's BettyBlac, and you can find her all over the internet. You can see her in various states of undress. You can read her tweets and her Facebook statuses in all different states of frustration and sexiness.
Yes. You can see my whining, like, emo videos on YouTube.
You can see her talk about Jeff.
I can see me talk about Jeff. Oh, Jeff, he's sleeping next to me. Wait, hold on. I want Jeff to say hi. Jeff! He's like, I'm so over this. No.
Hi, kitty!
Hello.
All right. Well, I think we'll leave it there. Thank you so much, Miss Betty Blac, for bringing your sexy, wonderful, smart, intelligent, insightful, fierce-haired, funny, hilarious, charming self on the show. I also want to thank Katira Alps, my co-host for today. And thank you so much, all you guys, for stopping by and watching the show. Until next time, as always, I'm still Jerome Nichols, resident sex expert at LTASX.info. And until next time, keep it sexy.